Yeah, I think the story. I like.
Right. Yes.
I got a glass
Hello everybody and welcome to the Sonic Fan Film panel. Thank you very much for coming. I am Eddie LeBron, I'm the writer-director. This is Daniel Horowitz, producer, and David Horowitz, producer and visual effects supervisor. This is a very interesting panel because actually we got a light so I don't blind myself. Now, this is a very, if you guys want to come up, you can come up too. This is a very interesting panel because not much is known about this film. I don't know how much you guys know about this because this has kind of been shrouded in mystery since we announced it back in October and kind of touched upon it last August. So I'm going to give you a long story short and we can get right into what we have to show. So, long story short, the Sonic fan film is a 15 to 20 minute live action Sonic fan film movie. Essentially, I would say maybe even a prequel to the first game, leading up to the first game. So, safe to say that when the film ends, the game begins. So, for those that don't know, Julia White is the star as Sonic. So that's quite exciting. He was confirmed in October, right? In October, and he recorded in December. And currently, we're in the midst of getting production started. There's very little internet coverage on the film because we've been kind of keeping it secret until now. After this, I'm pretty sure we're going to be releasing a lot more content. So the purpose of this panel is to educate you on what we're doing, and most importantly, we need feedback because I also made a Mega Man feature prior to this with these two gentlemen. And that seemed to go up pretty well. But the Sonic fan base is a little harder to please.
His eyes aren't the right color.
Yes.
We're a little obsessive.
Yes, it's understandable though. Some fans, you know, I mean, they're passionate about it. I'm passionate about it too. Then there's some fans that take it to a certain extreme. Sick fans that take it to a certain extreme. But that's the same thing with you. I'm just
keep DeviantArt out of this.
DeviantArt, good example. But alas, you know, it's same thing with any fan base, but nevertheless, I feel I need a lot more input on this than I needed on Mega Man. So, at the end of it, our little presentation, we're going to take questions and open up for feedback. And for critique, yeah, because although this is not quite, we're getting ready to shoot. We actually did some test shoots as of now. But, you know, anything can be changed. Anything can be changed, and if your feedback will help make the film better and more of a, you know, a mainstream, you know, something that will be accepted by mainstream Sonic fans, that would be fantastic. I saw your hand up.
You pretty much answered it.
All right, awesome. So what we got here also is we got a bunch of concepts, a bunch of models in the works, but the big little treat is 2 pieces of news we have at the end. And we have a work-in-progress Sonic teaser in which you will hear Julia White as Sonic, and you will see the current Sonic model fully rendered. So that's exciting. So let's begin. Did we get the iPod working? Awesome. So that's pretty much all that's going on. And you knocked over my banner.
Your banner?
Okay, he designed this banner, so it's technically his banner, but
everyone's already in here.
it's all right, Dave. You've done enough.
You haven't noticed with the Sonic fan?
That is Sonic in shadows because you will see him in full glory on this. So let's begin. I guess the first thing to cover is the badniks. Who are the enemies in this film? It's 15 minutes, you can only cover so many enemies, but the first and the essential one is the Motobug. The Motobug is currently, yeah, let's get, yeah, sorry. The Motobug is currently near completion. We got 2 other stills to show you. This is the Motobug. David Horowitz is the visual effects supervisor who oversees every aspect of 3D. Do you have anything to say in regards to I'm working with Luke Osborne and on this little model. You got your own model. I just don't want to keep handing off to you and you get irritated at me.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, the Motobug, actually, this took, what, a week?
This was a week of work, yeah.
So he
I'm
paid
lying.
this out and...
I'm lying. It took him 3 days to get to this point.
Okay, 3 days to do this model right here. It's not even completed yet. We don't have the top part, but this is the bottom half where like, it's got the motor built in, it's got the exhaust, and it's got the racing tires and mud flaps. But yeah, this is like almost a near complete render right now. Too bad the screwdriver sucks.
Well,
but move on to the next one.
Next one, about a week later, he sent us this right here. Getting further along, having the upper part of it completed, having the tires textured. Of course, this is not textured, right?
It's not textured yet.
Not textured or colored, so it's we're going, shape by shape. And then just recently, he sent me this. So
and now he's got his arms.
Yeah. So in terms of scale of Sonic, because for the sake of argument, Sonic in our film will be roughly it's 4 feet.
For like between 4 and 5 right now.
Probably the shorter better, but
yeah.
In relation to the size of him, what's the size?
This is going to be about 5-foot diameter tire on this thing. So that it just gives you like it's going to be like this big.
Yeah. So if you played, played Sonic CD, there's a little animatic animation in the end in which you see him riding a Motobug. Well, essentially, he's going to be riding one of these things when he's in a pursuit with them. So, and also it's worth noting, although we don't have it, we got the Buzz Bombers, which are currently being worked on. So they're going to be the second bandit we see in the movie. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right?
Actually, it's going to be the first bandit we see in the movie.
I think the first one is actually the SWAT bots.
Oh yes. We'll get to that in a moment.
By the way, we will go over a brief plot synopsis. Thank you. Over about what the film's about, so that way it doesn't seem like it's a little convoluted. But the SWAT bots will be a favorite of ours, the E-Series droids from Sonic Adventure. So we thought that it would be a great start industrially, right?
Basically what we want to do, because we're starting at the beginning, and we're not even starting Sonic 1, we're starting before Sonic 1. So this is actually, I had the modeler go and put the E102 Gamma model into the computer. And over a course of a couple of weeks, right now, the pictures aren't here though, unfortunately, but I had her like virtually de-evolve it into the model 101, which is just a Centurion bot, which would be like the army for the generals later on in the series. God willing, it happens. So we'll have the Gamma and everybody else later.
Yeah.
The 1, 2, 3, and basically it's just like rounded off. We got rid of the hump on the back. It's like more cylindrical. He's got rivets coming down the front and the back, so it's a little bit more industrial. Like he's stamped out and just built, stamped out and built. And of course, it's going to have battle damage.
Yeah. So these are the bots he's going to have patrolling the streets. Since this is a live-action film, it's kind of a mesh between the mythology of Sonic Adventure and the first Sonic game. So to the dismay of some people, there are humans in this world. But before Sonic 2006, that was done right, and then 2006 made it hard for us to get humans in this movie and to be accepted. Fuck Sonic 2006.
Fuck in the hell!
It made life much harder for us because the fan base wasn't as bitter about Sonic until that thing hit. Unfortunate. But alas, let's get back on topic. And we added an additional, I guess, attachment to these.
Oh yes. His famous jetpack from Sonic Adventure.
Yeah. So
which actually will be unchanged from Sonic Adventure, except that it's going to be attached to the back rather than just being hovering. So just because it just doesn't make sense.
So of course,
trying to make it real.
Yeah. So there's going to be some that are ground. They stay on the ground. Some will actually be flying in via their little hover jets in big battalions, right?
Yeah. We'll have them like ground crew and like ground. Damn it! I can't remember the word.
Yeah.
Army. Whatever.
Yeah, army.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have them on the ground. Infantry. Thank you.
Infantry.
That's where we keep you around. And we'll have ones flying through the city and whatnot.
Yeah. So That's where we are with the E-Series droids so far. We were going to go in a different direction with the SWAT bots, make them more probably in tune with the cartoon, but we felt that if this is a game-based movie instead of a cartoon-based movie, it would be best if we used the game as our reference. So that brings us to Sonic. We have a lot of design. We had a lot of designs from him, ranging from very classical to modern to new, and a lot of just variations on him. This is our first variation that was done for him. It's a little more rough around the edges. His limbs are a little bit longer. This was the first concept we got. I wouldn't say it was the perfect concept, but it was definitely a good starting point to get our ideas in mind. His limbs wouldn't be that long, but maybe we would do something with the quills. And then we got a secondary design, which is a little more extreme. I would say maybe the Dragon Ball Z of Sonics. Very well shaded, very good design on Sonic, but we felt that maybe it was a little too far from what we remember to be deemed the Sonic the Hedgehog of the live action film. Then we started getting concepts that were a little more faithful to modern Sonic. Probably more of a Sonic Adventure model as opposed to like Sonic Colors. So this is just a few little sketches done by, all of these have been done by various storyboard artists that wanted to work on the project, so if you want any information on them, just let me know. So this was one of our later ones, which shows him in a little more faithful adaptation, kind of a hybrid between the old and the new. And here we have a comparison of a new design, which is amongst our favorites to the left, and a comparison in height between all of them. Of course, if we're going to have to lean towards our favorite Sonic, it's going to be the one on the right, all the way right, which means the left, the one with the Evans stamp on it. So the next one we got was a bunch of facial expressions for the more elaborate Dragon Ball Z Sonic, which was great because it helped us in terms of expressions, not character design, because we were trying to figure that out. And
one eye is very tricky, trying to make that.
Yes, and there's going to be a lot of tidbits later in regards to some people who wanted him to have two eyes instead of one connecting one. But alas, we've agreed on having the one connecting.
You're telling me to go screw themselves.
I told a lot of people to go screw themselves. Oddly enough, I'm about to show you storyboards from the actual movie. We actually have the storyboard artist here. This is my first time meeting him. Please take a stand. You're one of the people who've actually read the script. We've talked about the film. So, what are your thoughts so far on what you've done so far on the work? Because, it's been pretty vague.
Wow, it's been a really interesting experience. I haven't done a lot of storyboarding before this, and I've done just a little experimentation, and this is really like my first dive into the world of storyboarding, and it's been a lot of fun, and it's been a great story to work with. So, I've done a few scenes so far, and I really enjoyed it. And
you're doing wonderful work. I really love your storyboards.
Thanks a lot.
All right, so what we got here is, thank you very much. I'm grateful for everyone who's working on this. They're making my life so much easier, especially a Sonic film. What we got here is Sonic in his chase with the motorbugs, which happens on an abandoned highway. That should be a pretty fun scene to shoot. We go into a previous scene in which he's against a bunch of buzz bombers. And within the context of the movie, he saves a small little band of humans. And this is his big reveal into the film. He's built up for a few minutes. We never see his face, and then we see his face. And here's him actually defending the humans from the motorbug attack. So I'm actually very proud to say, in my personal opinion, I don't know about anyone else's, I'm very happy about the human characters we have. There's no hint of bestiality, there's no...
It's not Howard the Duck. That's all.
There's nothing sketchy about
Howard the Duck. There's no duck boobs.
If there was a Sonic Adventure 3, I think this would be, in vein of that, because after Sonic Adventure 2, humans just, in the Sonic world, just kind of took a dump on him.
Yeah. They literally took him and wiped him around.
Oh, David, why? But yeah, this is an action sequence, and we started a concept, thanks to you, which we're going to be moving to the next stages really soon of the Green Hill Zone. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a live action Green Hill Zone. It's going to be very intricate and very elaborate. That's going to be a lot of fun, but it's probably going to be mostly CG.